Alright guys, welcome to this video tutorial which is on HTML and CSS. In the previous tutorial, you're able to install a very cool text editor which we can use that to write our markup language and also any other language that you want to write, like PHP, JavaScript, CSS, or any language that you want to write. Sublime Text can help you do that. Now in this video we are talking about HTML and CSS, and maybe in the future we are going to add the most popular programming language now, which is JavaScript. Now you want to be a website developer, or you want to help build websites for companies, institutions, individuals like pastors or businessmen. You need to know certain things about how the internet it's like, how we can able to access a specific website. Now before anyone can access a website, the most popular way is to use a web browser. Okay, so we have web browsers like Google Chrome, we have Safari, we have the UC browser, we have the Mozilla Firefox, Opera Mini, Microsoft Edge, and a lot more. Now after getting a web browser like Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, like so, now next is the URL which you need, or the website address which you need to access a specific website. Let's say I want to visit Facebook. All I need to do is to type in www.facebook.com, and this facebook.com which I've typed in the address box over here, it's the link that will take me to facebook.com. Now before we can see Facebook live on our browser, first of all, this link is being sent as a request to a web server, and this web server will help us view this Facebook website which Facebook is hosting on that web server. Okay, now every website, or a lot of websites, has got codes behind it. This codes behind this website is what we really want to learn, and this one we can use the notepad to write those codes. So I can open notepad and we can write those codes in here as in doctype HTML, and I will explain all this later. Okay, so we can use this to write the code, but one disadvantage about this is the codes are quite difficult to read, and sometimes when you make errors it's difficult to find where the error is. Okay, that's why we have downloaded the Sublime Text or the Notepad++, which you can use, or any text editor. As you see, I have some text editors here. Let me show you. I have the Notepad++ down here. I have CSE HTML validator, I have Sublime Text 3, and I have Edit Plus. I also have Dreamweaver, and all these I can use in writing my markup language and my CSS or JavaScript, PHP, or any other language. For us to start our markup language, we need to specify a document type. So what we need to do is type this sign less than exclamation mark, and you type doctype HTML. Now this means that the document type that we are working on is HTML. Now writing HTML codes can be with another language like PHP, JavaScript, or any other programming language that you can think of. Now to specify that this goes from, let's say, here to here is HTML, and maybe later we can fuse in some PHP codes, we need to wrap all those codes in an HTML tag. So that is why we have to specify HTML, and later we go ahead and close HTML, and the closing tag is less than, then the /HTML. Now let me try bringing a paragraph text here, and I will say something like hello world. Let me quickly close the paragraph for this. Now save this. So I'll go to file, save, and I'm going to save this on my desktop, and I will save it as index. So I'll type here index. Now let me click on save. Now this is a way of writing the markup language. I have my document type specifying that all these are HTML, and now I've saved it as index. Now let me go ahead, open my Google Chrome and let me drop in my index that I've saved on my desktop. So I'll find my index. So that's my index. I'll drop it inside my browser. Now as you see, this is not what we are supposed to see. The codes are displaying in the web browser, and that is not what we need. If you check the websites that are in use these days, you don't see the codes. All you see is the output like hello world, pictures and other stuff. So for us to solve this error, then we need to save our file properly. So let's go back to our file, and which is in the notepad now. Click on file again. Let's save it as, and I will save it as index.html. But before that, I'll go ahead and delete the other one I have on the desktop. Okay, so let me copy this, then let me cancel that, delete this index, and now let me save it as index.html. Save. Okay, so right now as you see, my index has changed to a browser something. This means that now our browser can recognize this as a website just because of the extension .html. That is really important. So let me go back to my Google Chrome, and I'm going to drop this index once again inside my browser. And now as you see, we have only hello world displaying as a paragraph text in our browser. Now I want to stress on this again. It's really important saving your file as index.html or any other name, but don't forget the extension .html, because that will help the browser treat the file as a web page. Now knowing this, let's go ahead and learn some tags in addition. Now any website that you see has got a title. Now to add a title to your website, you need first of all the head tag. Any title that you see, it's normally in the head tag. So let's introduce our head like this, and to close it we use the difference of the first slash. So head again, that is the closing tag. This head with the first slash difference is the closing tag for this head over here. Now inside the head I can specify the title for my website. So inside the head I will open my title tag like so, and after that I need to close my title tag. So with a difference of first slash I will say title single T. Now my title should be something like Facebook, Instagram, or this one I'll call it my first website. Okay, so now let me save this, which is Ctrl S, or I can click on file, save, and now let me go to my browser, reload the page, and check here we have the title to be default as the file name, which is index.html. But now when I reload this, you see it has changed from index.html to my first website. Another thing in this video is that although we have our hello world, but this is not the way to display this to the user. Okay, the best way to do this is to wrap that inside the body tag. Now the body tag in HTML, it's one of the most important tags in HTML because almost everything is in the body. Pictures, text, videos and all are inside the body tag. So I'll introduce my body, and I have to close my body. So I'll come down here and I will close body down here also. Now I need to indent this for proper reading of my codes. So I will save this. Now when I reload it in the page, it's still the same, but that is the proper way. Okay, so this is this for this tutorial. In this tutorial I just wanted to show you can use Notepad to write our website, and in the upcoming tutorial we are using Sublime Text to write our codes, which will really help us for easy identification and fixing of errors. Also it will help us read our codes very fast. You can use any text editor that you like I have some text editors here. If you don't know how the text editors are, you can choose from my list over here. Now I have Dreamweaver, I have CSS HTML validator, which is one of the best, equally good as Dreamweaver, equally good as Sublime Text 3. I also have Edit Plus, which is one of my favorite, and Notepad++. Now if you are on Linux, you can use the LeafPad, you can use Nano, or if you are a professional programmer, then you can decide to go for Vim. So I will recommend a professional programmer like Andiko to go for Vim, and that one, it's really quite complicated. So that is it for this tutorial. Bye.